Good evening everybody and welcome back to another episode of Street Journals. Today we're currently walking through Covent Garden, but we've just had a short stroll around Chinatown and we're heading towards Holborn right now just to go and grab something to eat and recuperate after a long day. Today's video is going to be all about how to take good street photographs at night, which is a common question that I get quite a lot, so I thought Nico and I would answer it in this video, and we'll be dropping in a few tips and tricks throughout this video that will help you take better street photographs at night. The first tip that I have for you is to embrace a high ISO. A lot of people get very scared when they see that ISO going above 800, 1000, and I have one thing to say. If I have to choose between a sharp, clear image that has a lot of grain in it or a dark image that hasn't got any noise in it, I'm always going to choose the more grainy image, just because it's going to convey more of a story and it's going to be a better image overall because you're going to be able to see what's going on in it.
Light sources. So obviously at night you haven't got the sun anymore, which obviously at days is your number one light source, and it's the god of all light sources because it's the sun. No, but you haven't got it anymore, so at night you have to look for artificial light sources like window light, for example, lights from cars, lights from lamps, but you're constantly on the lookout for these artificial light sources, and they're usually quite, it depends, but they're usually quite weak light sources, so you have to find kind of creative ways of really capturing that light and whatever you want, whatever you're looking for within that light.
So as Nico was talking about earlier, there's like an artificial light source over there, just like some neon signs. I'm just trying to work the scene a little bit and make it look a bit better than it is. I'm struggling a little bit because everybody's walking in pairs, nobody's walking on their own. Because they're sensible. Okay, so another technique that you can do to get better street photos at night is use a lens with a wide aperture. So earlier I was using the Sigma 85mm, which has an aperture of 1.4. Now I've switched over to the Sigma 24-35, which has an aperture of f2. So it's not as fast as the 1.4, but it's still wide enough for me to get some nice light coming into the camera. Just makes things a little bit easier, makes your images a bit brighter. If you keep your shutter speed the same and your ISO the same, I'd highly recommend this. It's a good tip. It's going to allow you to get much better street photographs at night. Oh, that was a nice little scene. Might get some through his windows.
So manual focus, we should all consider embracing manual focus, because even the latest cameras, even the cameras from Sony, their latest iterations, they're known for their autofocus, particularly the eye autofocus, but even they can be unreliable at times, especially in low light conditions at night, and it can be really frustrating at times, especially if you see a scene that's really interesting and you don't quite nail the focus where you want it. So if you try to embrace or try to practice using manual focus a little bit more, and even if you don't quite get the focus and what you want in focus is a little bit soft, that's fine. Sometimes that's even nice, it works better. Because in street photography, it's not always about getting the sharpest image or getting the focus bang on. Manual focus is definitely something everyone should consider at night.
Around the corner. Finally, decent. Now he's gonna walk up in. He's gonna walk the pavement. Okay, so the final tip that I have for you this evening is to get creative with shutter speeds and shallow apertures. Even if your photo is slightly blurry, that it can really add a lot of drama to the scene. And also, shooting with a wide aperture can make your images a bit soft, but it creates a sort of ethereal effect, and at night time it can really bring your images to life. But apart from that, thank you very much for watching this Street Drums episode. I hope you've enjoyed this slightly new style. Thank you very much for Nico, who's behind the camera right now, for coming along, filming and helping out with some tips and tricks. Apart from that, thank you very much, and I shall see you in the next episode.